Hello everybody, it's me, Ghost Bunny. I'm back here again with the Case File Compendium. I'm on chapter 3. First off, let me give my typical disclaimers, and that is that one, I have no affiliations with Seven Seas or with Meat Bun. I'm just reading it for the funsies, just girly time, girl fun, stuff. Also, I am not a native Chinese speaker, so yeah, I might pronounce names wrong and stuff like that. It's not me trying to make fun of the Chinese language. It's just that I, sadly enough, do not speak it. Yeah. Also, even though you can hear me speak English, reading is where I have a lot of difficulties because it's not my native tongue. So yeah, I apologize for that. I also get very into the characters, so if you do not like that type of thing, then don't. Like, I really like getting into them, like into the stories, and I might do a little bit of, you can say, improv between them, kind of just like getting into it. I don't know how to explain it, but you know. I do have a playlist for this this reading thing we're doing right here. So if you want, go to the playlist and you could see the first chapters and just be up to date. I think I don't know. I'm very bad at plugging my own stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be reading chapter 3, and for now, I'm gonna say I'm really excited because, as we all know, our good doctor showed up in the last chapter, and yeah, their relationship the relationship between our good doctor and our main boy doesn't seem to be as smooth sailing, pero maybe it's like an enemies and lovers, or not necessarily enemies, but like not getting along geeks lovers. I don't know. But for now, I am enjoying it. So let's continue this and see how you go. Yeah? Yeah. Chapter 3. I disliked him from the start. Okay, so they're just flat out telling us they are enemies to lovers. Well, dislikes to maybe lovers. Yeah. So, this was Xie Shui's older brother, Xie Xingsheng. That was how it was supposed to be pronounced, right? Why am I questioning myself now? 且轻且轻哼 so 且轻哼 wait 且轻声 let's go with that. That's whatever. So 且轻声 had once treated Hayu he once treated Hayu's illness as his family's personal physician. So at one point he was the family physician. Got it. Hayu looked like a normal person on the outside. The impression he gave others was always gentle and kind-hearted, and he excelled in conduct. I don't know what's going on with me right now. Learning and career. However, the He family had a closely kept secret. This enviable golden child had suffered from a mere mental disorder since birth. Was the mental disorder homosexuality by any chance? Oh, I didn't say that's my disclaimer. This is a BL. I keep forgetting to say that. I'm reading BL. But going on. It was an orphan disease. The disease of not having parents. Oh my god. Terrible. With only 4 recorded cases having occurred throughout history, the circumstances of each patient were similar. They had congenital deficiencies in the endocrine and nervous system. Why are you using big words? Why are you doing this to me? Oh yeah, I know one of the characters is a doctor, but I'm not. Don't give me the big words. Too difficult for me. Okay, but when disrupted, their personality would drastically change. Does he have like DID? Or like a form of it? I don't know. Usually they were numb to pain, but when their condition flared up, they would lose touch with reality, become bloodthirsty, and gain intense destructive tendencies toward themselves or others, resulting in a standard antisocial personality. Physical symptoms included of high fever and confusion, with each flare-up being more severe than the last. So it's not DID. Okay, I don't know what it's okay. In clinical practice, this disorder was nicknamed psychological Ebola. That's an interesting take, but you're the medical professional, not me. Okay. It gradually caused the patient's mind to collapse, consequently, paralyzing and numbing their body. In the end, they would suffer the death of their mind, then their body, like a metasta metasta metastasizing, yeah, that cancer. So it's like, it's, I don't, The symptoms would worsen step by step, breaking down a fully functioning member of society into one who'd have difficulties with the most basic of social tasks until eventually becoming a complete lunatic. In this matter, patients 1 through 3 had all been tormented to death. Before succumbing to the final stage, Hayu was patient number 4, so that explains why he's all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Just kidding. His parents brought him to many famous doctors, but I thought this was an orphan disease. I'm confused now. Both local and international, but it was no use. The doctors all believed that the only way to delay the progress of this disorder was to hire a medical caretaker to stay by Hayu's side and carry out long-term supervisory care in order to lower the frequency of flare-ups. Ultimately, with various considerations in mind, the He family found Xie Xingcheng, who was only 21 at the time. That year, He Yu was 18 years old. But now, He Yu was already 19, so a year has passed. And Xie Xingcheng, finally, one day I'll say it at the speed of light. One day it'll be like supernatural. But for now, just keep pronouncing it with restraint. So, Xie Xingcheng was 32. Xie Xingcheng looked even more unflappable. Not unfappable, but unflappable than before. No one could even call him indifferent and cold. He was not easily affected by anything, so Hayu's sudden return had not shaken him. He only spent a few seconds looking over the young man he hadn't seen in more than 3 years, from head to toe, ignoring Hayu's, polite greeting. With his age and social standing, he had neither the interest nor the need to play along with a boy who wasn't even 20 years old. He only asked, "Why are you here?" It's already so late. This is a female faculty dorm." Hayu smiled, though he wanted to curse. "Why the fuck are you here, then?" He nevertheless responded politely, "I hadn't seen Xiao Laoshi in a very long time. We were talking for so long, I forgot the time. Sincerest apologies, Dr. Xie." "You don't need to call me Dr. Xie anymore. I'm no longer a doctor." "My bad old habits," He responded lightly. "Aiya!" Seeing the atmosphere between them grow tense from the silence, Xie Shui rushed to mediate. "Daga, don't look so stern and serious. Hayu, sit down, don't be nervous. We haven't seen each other in so long." As she spoke, she distanced herself from Hayu, acting quite courteously. She was always like this. When she was alone with Hayu, she was very casual and behaved as though they were quite close. However, as soon as anyone else was present, especially when it was Xie Xingcheng, she would maintain a polite boundary between herself and Heo. Heo figured that Xie Xingcheng had used fear from a very young age to inspire this behavior. This older brother, who acted so much like a family head from a feudal society, was the epitome of straight man cancer. I wasn't aware of China's game though. So in China there is a word for that? We should start adopting that in our vocabulary. But yeah, I'm saying that because I read the little note it has here. It says, straight man cancer, derogatory slang term for sexist, paternalistic men, similar to the concept of toxic masculinity. It's not similar, it's literally just that. It's toxic masculinity. So if you walk down the street and you realize that you see a sexist pig, you could just call him, man cancer. Well, straight man cancer. What if the person's gay? Do you just call him gay man cancer? Man cancer. It's when they are literally a sexist person. But yeah, if they're sexist, just say they're man cancer. Adding that to my lexicon now. And okay, it says epitome of straight man cancer and egregious chauvinism. Chauvinism. Yeah, that's what that says. Such a man would be ever vigilant about threats to the safety of their female dependents. When Xie Shui was young, Xie Xingsheng didn't even let her wear dresses with hems above the knee. One time, her school organized a talent show for families and classmates in which Xie Shui had breakdanced. As Xie Xingcheng watched from beneath the stage, his expression had gone black. When the young Xie Shui stepped off the stage, he interrogated her about why she would participate in such an improper dance performance, with a grim look on his face, then forcefully draped his suit jacket over her shoulders. So he's that type of guy. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you, Hayu. I don't think he's the right type. I don't know. Maybe later we'll get to know him better, but I don't know. He's seeming a little bit too, man cancer-y. So, I don't know, my dude. Maybe we should reconsider how much we like this man. I'm not saying we don't like him, because we barely know him. But I don't know. Maybe we should do a little reconsideration. Because for now, what you're telling me is he is definitely man cancer. Well, let's see if he calms his jets for a moment and starts acting like a normal human being. Though it was only 8 or 9 at night, Xie Xingsheng probably thought it was extremely inappropriate for a single man and an unmarried woman, like, He Yu and his sister, to be alone together at such a late hour. Just as expected, as soon as Xie Xingsheng walked into the room, he pulled up a chair and sat down. The head of the household crossed his long legs, loosened his cufflinks, and looked impassively at Yu. Tell me, how exactly did you just happen to get accepted to Xie University and into her exact field of study at that? His forceful attitude from his occupation had seeped into his personal life. At that moment, Yu felt like he was a patient in the hospital stuck with a moody doctor who asked, "Tell me where it hurts," in a flat, indifferent tone. When Yu thought of it like this, he found it sort of funny. Xie Xingcheng saw that Yu didn't respond for a while, and the corners of his mouth seemed to carry a slight smile. Xie Xingcheng's glaze iced over. "You can't explain?" Yu was wrong. He wasn't a doctor examining a patient. Xie Xingcheng's tone sounded exactly like a policeman interrogating a criminal. Yu sighed and replied, "It's not like that." "Okay, then enlighten me." "I couldn't get used to being abroad, and I like screenwriting and directing. You're asking me why it's such a coincidence, but how can I explain it?" Yu smiled as he spoke patiently, dripping from every word. It's not like I'm a fortune teller. You like screenwriting and directing? Yeah. Xie Xingsheng didn't press further, because his eyes were drawn to the fried lumps of rice with egg and ham that Yu was holding. Xie Xingsheng furrowed his brow. What is that? Yu wanted to throw the plate at Xie Xingsheng's face, a face that looked as if others owed him a fortune, then follow up with, what is it to you? But because Xie Shui was present, he smiled at her brother, politely replied, Yangzhou fried rice. Xie Xingcheng looked at it closely for a few more seconds. With a cold expression on his fatherly face, he said, Take off the apron, I'll make another one. Yu stared at him, dumbfounded. How did you survive abroad for all these years? By ordering delivery? Heh. Xie Xingcheng his gaze sharpened, a hint of condemnation flashing in his eyes. Under his penetrating gaze, Yu was transported back to the first time they met, on the villa's freshly mowed lawn. Xie Xing, Jesus Christ, why is your name so? It's not your fault, by the way. I'm sorry. But it's so difficult for me. Xie Xingsheng had looked down at the 8-year-old Yu with a gaze so sharp it could practically dissect his heart. That day was Yu's birthday. A crowd of children were playing at the He family's enormous villa. They had tired themselves out and were chatting on the white pebbles of the lakeshore about their ambitions. When I grow up, I want to be a celebrity. I'm going to be a scientist. I'm going to be an astronaut. There was a chubby kid who didn't know what he wanted to be, but he didn't want to show it either. As he looked around, he happened to catch sight of the housekeeper ushering a young doctor through the front yard. The grass was lush and vibrant, and the sky was as clear and pristine blue. The young doctor was carrying a bouquet of flowers for his boss. The splendidly blooming summer hydrangeas, that one, were wrapped in pale silver tissue paper arranged with silver willow catkins and bright double roses. As a unique touch, the bouquet was covered in a layer of decorative tulle. Xie Qingsheng held the flowers in one hand and casually stuck the other hand in his pocket. He was wearing a clean, close-fitting white lab coat with 2 ballpoint pens clipped to his breast pocket. Since he wasn't working at the moment, the front of the coat was unbuttoned, revealing a lead grey shirt beneath, as well as a pair of long, shapely legs clad in loosely tailored pants. The chubby kid gaped at him. After a while, he pointed at Xie Xingsheng with his short, stubby, sausage little fingers and declared, I'm gonna be a doctor. There was a sudden gust of wind, and since the florist really hadn't paid enough fucking attention, by the way, that's exactly what it says right there. And since the florist really hadn't paid enough fucking attention, when they wrapped the flowers, the wind managed to blow away the tulle covering Xie Qingsheng's bouquet. The white fabric immediately floated into the sky over the lawn, only to fall when the wind died down back again. All the children craned their necks to look at the piece of white tulle. It finally fell precisely in front of Yu, the one who wasn't interested at all. Although Yu didn't like the doctor's pharmaceutical representatives and researchers who often appeared in his home, he was habitually courteous. Therefore, he lowered his head, picked up the square of soft tulle, and brought it over. Doctor, you dropped this. He looked up at those indifferent eyes. It was the height of summer, but inexplicably they still made Yu, who was learning Tang Dynasty poetry at the time, think. By the way, there's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna take a photo of this. Let me move here. Oh, where's my phone? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'll take a photo of it later. But yeah, I'll take a photo of it so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And when I say beautiful, by the way, how much is their age gap support? I'm pretty sure they said that their age gap earlier. Why do I forget? How did I forget their age gap? Pretty sure. Wait, let me go back a little bit. Because I know Yu is 19, right? Yeah. Yeah, Yu is 19, and our sweet good doctor is. I swear they said his age. Why can't I find it now? I swear I read it like not even a couple of sentences ago. Yeah. Okay. So one is 19 and one is 32. That's quite the age gap. I'm just saying because in this image, you guys can clearly see it right here. Our sweet good doctor. Let me just move this here. Our sweet good doctor looks a lot older than our main boy. Just saying. But yeah. Okay, so our sweet good boy was learning about Tang Dynasty poetry at this time. Think of a particular phrase. Snowfall whispers onto the neighborhood bamboo grove. And according to the little note here, it says it's from the poem New Year's Eve in Gillen by Rong Yu. So, Xie Xingsheng looked down and took the tool. The movement made his lab coat flutter lightly in the breeze, like the cast of feathers of a crane that had transformed into a demonic spirit. Thank you. At that moment, Yu suddenly caught a whiff of a faint medicinal smell coming from his cuffs. Research has shown that the feelings between people were largely dictated by the sense of the other person's body. That was to say, if someone gave off a scent that you liked, then it would be easier for you to fall in love with at first sight. On the other hand, if their smell made you annoyed or afraid, then you probably wouldn't have a very promising future together. Yu didn't like Xie Xingsheng's scent. It was ice cold and unyielding, like the countless bitter pills he'd swallowed ever since he was a child, like the alcohol and iodine solutions they would swipe on his arm before injection, like pale white ice cold hospital room devoid of human company and suffused with the odor of disinfection. He was almost instinctively terrified of this kind of smell. Understandable. Subconsciously he frowned, but the housekeeper grabbed his shoulder and smiled as he introduced him to the doctor's big brother, who made him feel unwell all over. Dr. Shi, this is our boss's young master. Just when he was about to say, Xie Xingchen paused and fixed his dark eyes on Yu. So it's you? The look in his eyes irrationally reminded Yu of a surgical knife. It was abnormally instinctive. It was abnormally incisive, giving Yu the strange feeling that he was going to cut open his heart and put it under a microscope. Nice to meet you, the young doctor said. I'll probably be the one treating your illness in the future. Yu was afraid of doctors. He deeply disliked even gentle female doctors, to say nothing of this terrifying apparatus emanating stern earnestness from head to toe. The 8-year-old boy immediately felt unwell. He forced a smile, then turned around and left. His mother, Lu Zishu, happened to see the scene from the balcony. When she finished work that night, she called her son into the study. There was a cup of hot cocoa at just the right temperature on the tea table, covered in emerald green velvet. She pushed the cocoa over to Yu. That doctor you met him today? I did. Yu's family upbringing was strict. He was always very prim and proper to his mother, and a distance was maintained between them. Lu Shishu was considerably disappointed in this abnormal son. She was disappointed in the abnormal son. At the point in time, she had already birthed a second child, although the younger boy wasn't as clever as the elder. He was at the very least cute, sweet, and healthy, so she focused all her attention on him. When she talked to Yu, she had nearly no patience. His name is Xie Xingsheng. Oh, sorry, wrong person. His name is Xie Xingsheng. He'll be your personal physician from now on, and he'll come to our house every week to examine you. You must cooperate with him, and if you ever feel unwell, you can call him over any time. The composure of the 8-year-old boy in front of her always made Lu Zixu feel a little scared, a feeling she tried to dispel with a sigh and a bit of teasing. Yu, we've signed a slave contract with Dr. Xie. If he can't cure your condition, he'll end up as long-term laborer for us. He'll never get paid or be able to take any days off. He won't even be able to find a good wife and get married. Do you know what that means? No, not really. It means if you don't cooperate, you'll lower the efficiency of his treatment, keep him from regaining his freedom, and leave him unable to eventually find a wife. Then you'll have to take responsibility for him and support him forever, for life. Even though he was mature for his age, Yu was still only, 8, young and gullible, and was thus horrified. He looked up at once. Can I cancel his contract? No! On her flights the past few days, Lu Zixu had obsessively watched Republican-era dramas about torturous love and family infighting. With a fleeting thought, she added something even more cutting. Also, he might want you to take responsibility by becoming his wife. Look at how pretty you are. You'd make a decent foster bride. So a little note here says a girl adopted into a family with the intention of having one in their sons marry her in the future. So that's basically that's a foster bride. Kind of like, oh yeah, I'm adopting you temporarily, but that's so you can marry my son. Yeah, nowadays we have a word for that. It's called grooming. So just so you know, we have not changed that much. We are still, yeah. Back then, Yu had no interest whatsoever in love, nor did he have any interest to learn more, so he didn't even know marriage was restricted to heterosexual couples. What the fuck? No, it's not. Well, at least in that region. At Liu Zixu's word, his psychological trauma deepened. There was even a period when Xie Xingsheng's silhouette would appear in his nightmare. No, I don't like you. I don't want to marry you. These nightmares weren't dispelled until 6 months later, when He Jiwei heard the story and roundly cursed out his own wife. What the hell did you tell her, son? Then he cursed out Yu. How'd you fall for this kind of joke? Where has your usual intelligence gone, you dumb fuck? You're a man. Xie Xingsheng's also a man. What do you mean you need to marry him and be responsible for him? Do you have rocks for brains? Yu felt very disappointed. Very dispirited. Over the course of the past half a year, at the thought of how he'd end up as the ice-cold doctor's foster bride if he didn't cooperate and let Dr. Xie cure him of his psychological condition, all he could do was constantly pretend to be very stupid and foolish in front of the doctor. He hoped to leave a very negative impression on this man, so that even if matters got to the point in the future, Dr. Shi would definitely never develop any untoward interest in himself. However, he didn't expect that after laying the fool in front of, Xie Xingsheng for 6 months straight, his dad would tell him, "Your mom was teasing you." If not for He Yu's strong self-restraint, he might have already blurted out a "Phew!" Unfortunately, he was monitored too closely. Forget about curse words. At 8, even the word bastard had yet to enter his childhood vocabulary. But in any case, through those 6 months of diligent effort, persevering hard to embarrass himself before Xie Xingsheng, He Yu had more or less managed to imagine extraordinary feats, no matter how hard he strove in the following 6 or 7 years. No, it was longer than that. Even after he parted ways with Xie Xingsheng at age 14, even today, to Xie Xingsheng, He Yu was still a massive 3-dimensional living and breathing dumb fuck with a capital D. And in this moment, the hideous bowl of fried rice in his hand was the strongest evidence of the fact that Xie Xingsheng's eyes, after 4 whole years, he was still the utmost dumb fuck who couldn't even make fried rice properly. He put down the offending dish and handed the apron to the head of the Xie family, the elder brother, who was dressed immaculately in a pressed suit and leather shoes. He Yu appeared calm and collected, but he was a little dejected. That was a miscalculation, he thought to himself. He shouldn't have personally done the cooking to begin with. Wasn't this just Xie Xingsheng's free entertainment? Well, that was the end of chapter 3. If you guys are enjoying, you guys can like, comment, subscribe, all that regular YouTube stuff. If you like the reading, you could also find the playlists where I'm have the other chapters. I think I said that at the beginning. Pretty sure I did. This chapter not much happened. It was more like a flashback to when the first time they met, and not much happened there. But yeah, it's still quite good. I'm still enjoying their little back and forth. But yeah, that's what happened on this chapter, and well, that's all. That's all that happened this chapter. It's a lot more calmer, maybe because last chapter was all like bang in your face. Well, actually, no, last chapter wasn't bang in your face. The first chapter was very bang in your face. Pero knowing me, yeah, this is gonna the intensity of the situations are gonna get higher. So let's just enjoy the calm before the storm just beats us up. But other than that, like I said, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube submit, and the playlist, and yeah, bye.